my friend Paku. Hello, Paku.
Hi,
How's it
Pio.
going?
How are you? How are you doing? Great, great. Ha has been a couple of busy days following the all the talks.
Hello.
There's some feedback there, I guess. Or is it
Yeah.
me? Oh, okay. I had to mute the thing here. Okay. So it's been really busy. Good busy. Entertaining. A lot of food for thought. An intensive um, quantum physics and cryptography class from the RMA, um, which was really above my pay grade. I love how the Hoover application actually featured this like red toast that said advanced. um, but it's been great. So, how has it been for you, Pio?
It was a awesome week. I was hard for me too. This we came from Carnival here in Brazil, so it was a short week, and this helped me for sure to go more slowly and and take care of my businesses, and also to understand a little bit more and watch, but not just watch, but participate, doing some clips, also in this conference, ZconVI. So it was awesome. And for today, the conversation will be not just only with me and Paku. So everyone is invited to join us. We prepared some questions. Um, because we would like to see your ideas, your expectations, and of course, how was ZCon6 for you guys, and let's join us. And Paco, do you want to start? You're muted. Can't hear you.
Hey, all right. Yeah, I was thinking about like what was the panel or discussion that I resonated most with, and I think that there were many. Um, ZCon 6 or ZCon Virtual started with a huge announcement um, from Dodger that he will be departing the Zcash Foundation, um, and it was a surprise. I I always thought that the one more thing sections of the conference and keynotes were for happy things, and well, this wasn't for me. I guess I wanted to do a great shout out for Dodger, thanking him for everything that he has done all over the years um, in Zcash. He was part of ECC, and uh, then he moved to CF to be executive director, and he he run it according to what he truthfully believed. It was the his ideas, and I really respect that from Dodger, and well, I just wanted to take this brief moment to say, don't be a stranger, Dodger. We will miss you a lot, and I hope we can still see you around. And you said it on the forums, like you don't have now the burden of being an executive director. So I guess that we will be hearing some like more risky takes from you on the forums. I'm super excited to see what's to come and to see you here still as a community member. So I think that was one of the first highlights of the moment, like that huge news. And welcome to Alex Warstein, who's stepping up um, on CF as well. Welcome him and good luck.
Yeah, it was huge. I was kind of shocked because uh, was the first panel, and I was like, oh my god, what is happening? Yeah, but we are so thankful, Dodgers, for what you made for Zcash, um, your history here. So we want to personally thank you for everything you've done for the Zcash ecosystem, and don't be strange. So yeah,
The regulatory panel also had its scary moments. It was not as scary as the previous regulatory panel, though. If you remember the ZconVI, the overall message was like, we are all in danger, and like this one was okay. You just get a lawyer just in case. So it was beat up, a little bit appeasing for developers. Um, and we had a lot of good things. I think one of the things that I liked a lot was the Zcash scalability from Shambo. It was great. I'm a developer, so I could understand most of it. It was a pretty advanced as well. All of these geniuses say, "Oh, my panel is just intermediate. It's not that hard," and like it's super like another level. Um, so shout out to Danica to actually put the right labels to those stocks that were like pretty technical intensive. Um, I love to see Sean Bo again, like with a great brightness and in his face, like he was really happy. I could totally tell from his expressions that he was like super into what he was discovering. So that made me super excited. And what I also did like a lot was the MetaMax demo session. I'm just willing to jump into that code as soon as I can, and also love the dev tool panel, and also the having Henry DeValens and Christopher, Zuko, Vitalik, Nate. That was an amazing panel. It would have been awesome to have that in an in-person kind of fashion without the uncomfortable conference chairs that Nate complained about, and I totally agree with his takes on those puffy chairs that are from conferences. So yeah, I really like that one. What about you, Pio?
yeah. But before, I would like to express my gratitude also to everyone who was involved or organizing ZCon 6 this year because it was awesome. I know that it's hard to organize things. So a shout out for Danica, Ryan for inviting me. So thank you, Ryan. And yeah, was incredible. For me, uh, even the panel with Vitalik, but the panel that was talking about privacy and how we could bring this to policymakers. So was a great discussion because we see that we changed the USA administration last year, the beginning this year, right? So the things started to change, and even how the things is made by the government. So we need to adapt as well. So was good to see that we are walking this path and not just holding and not just staying, um, because because if you want to Zcash to be used to advance in mass adoption, we need to understand these changings and also to walk and to spread in many topics as well.
Mhm.
So this was
Yeah,
most.
I think that
Mm, Go
like
ahead.
we only covered uh so far Tuesday. So what about you folks? Anyone wants to step up to the stage and what was your favorite Tuesday panels, or could be many of them? So who wants to give your impressions about Tuesday? Going once. I will have to pick somebody.
Say
Then
some
make me
names.
pick somebody. Yeah. Um,
What about you, Ryan? Zero darts. Come on, guys, don't be shy.
yeah.
John.
Yeah. Or well, like for example, yeah.
Um, I mean, me personally, like, I participated in the Frost demo during the Zebra and Frost recap, so maybe a little biased like there. You know, I like that one. That was really cool. I was actually just kind of like looking back through the talks on that day because there's just been a lot going on, you know. But yeah, that was I think my favorite.
Yeah, the Frost demo was really great, and it went really smoothly. The demo gods were very happy with you folks. Unlike the other call that was that had some difficulties, that this demo was like super smooth. So
Yeah.
congratulations. Those are really hard to do. Like in live demos, everything tends to be horribly awful. So you nailed it. What about this, Matt, for example, from Zeka? What was your Tuesday favorite?
Hey
Uh,
guys, my Tuesday favorite, let's see here. I actually really enjoyed um, the regulatory perspective panel. I thought that was pretty insightful, and I am still in shock from the state of Zcash 2025, Dodger. That was wild. I am happy for you, sir. But I'm still processing, and I really enjoyed the Frost demo. I love Frost, and yeah, I think those are my favorites for Tuesday. Um, just
What about
for
yeah?
different
What about
reasons.
you, Josh? What about you, Josh? What was your favorite Tuesday?
Yeah, the very end of Dodger's presentation. I'm just teasing. Just teasing. No,
uh,
it was a good yeah, it was a good day. I enjoyed the regulatory one as well. But and the Frost demo was also a highlight.
nice. Yeah. And the yeah the and what about
Sean
I don't know.
Sean's
Yeah.
also like Sean's. I feel
Yeah.
like I
Oh
need to go
yes.
back and really parse. I mean, I had the opportunity to talk to him like the week before, and I met him and the Shielded Labs team in Boulder, Colorado, and because everybody was in town, and he shared some stuff then, and I haven't seen him light up like that since he discovered Halo 2 or Halo. I mean, it's really exciting. It could be really really important for scalability for Zcash. So that was pretty cool.
Yeah. It was like awesome. See him like that way, like super excited.
anyone else?
Sure. All right. Shall we move on to Wednesday?
Yeah.
So Wednesday was ECC's day. I really like that this ZCon, like each major group or organization had its own day. It was a great idea. Whoever figured that out, like, it was totally a blast. Like, congratulations. So and well, I really like the state of ECC. Although it had some sour funding notes, that I wish that those can be sorted out soon. Um, it was really nice to see how ECC has been delivering, and then the Sashi roadmap was super exciting. I had a little bit of like sneak and peek preview of everything, because I had the privilege of attending ZCC. So not everything was a surprise to me, but I hadn't seen some of the I didn't see like any of the designs before, so those were super nice. And also, I loved the expanding Zcash use case panel. I think it was like super varied, and there were so many people from different parts of the Zcash ecosystem that it was super novel to me. And well, having like the Maya people, the RepBridge people represented, Brave, people from Penumbra. So I think that one was like super interesting. And well, I'm a nerd, so I love the post quantum Zcash. Like, I just sat down and took notes, and I felt like I was in class. So that one was super fun to shout out to Dara. I'll gonna watch that one again because it was like so full of content, that I'll rewatch that one. What about you, Pio?
Yeah, it was complete. And for me, even for me, I'm studying quantum computing at my master's, but I felt like kind of hard. But I know Daiga made a great presentation. And for me, the second day, I think understand the way who Zashi has been developed, and also who what shocked me was the Nigeria downloads. Was what? And but understand this view from developers and what they are thinking and how they see the customers now, because we need to treat who use the wallet as a customer. People need to have a good experience using. So was good to me to see that they are thinking not just in creating just a wallet, but thinking as a whole. So for the second day, this talk was amazing. And yeah, the first one, the state of ECC with Josh, uh, was good too. But I would like to have more people here from the community. So for you guys, the second day.
Yeah.
Oh,
One of my favorite talks from Tuesday was definitely Chris Nettycomb's Zcash dev tool, because I think that'll help a lot of developers who are looking to start hacking on Zcash wallet code. I'm looking forward to using it myself as a model. So kudos to Chris and for just putting that on. I really enjoyed that.
Yeah, who else? Come on, don't be shy.
wish I.
Yeah, that's the thing with being a privacy-minded ecosystem. Like, people tend to be naturally shy.
To stay anonymous, to stay private.
Yes.
I I also really like enjoyed like the dev tool presentation, like just because like my nerdy side, it's in Rust and I cloned the repo and I built it. I haven't played with it yet, but I intend to. Um, and yeah, I'm actually like looking through the calls again, and there was just a lot of really good ones. The I remember the private shielded path to better payments was really good. I want to review it again. Um, but I remember that was a really good talk, and I did also really enjoy the Zashi update with Josh and Andrea. Like that was really delightful. Really about the best word I could apply there.
Yeah.
I could say something. Yeah, I was super happy with Zcon and as a whole. It was amazing. I got to listen to every talk live. And specifically for ECC Day, I just wanted to say, it was great working. Like I loved the idea this year, as was said, of like having these separate days. And when I was at the Zcash Foundation, I got to work closely with the whole team and be involved with the planning. And then this year, now that I'm at ECC to represent ECC on the planning committee, was awesome to be that involved again, even though I wasn't at the foundation. And props to the whole team and the whole planning committee. I just thought the whole week was fantastic.
Yeah, and how did you like decide what of everything to prioritize? Like there's so many things that um how did that go for you folks? So when you had to just figure how to fill a day with 1,000 of things, had to pick a few of them.
Yeah, that definitely was difficult. There was some back and forth on trying to decide. Josh had a really clear vision, and we executed on that. And yeah, I feel like we had a nice spread of different topics. Yeah, I don't know if Josh is still in here. Maybe he could give a little recap of the vision for our day and how we executed on it.
Yeah, that would be great.
Yeah, it was intended to be a little kind of an arc, right? So we've been pretty kind of consistent in wanting to drive user adoption and better the user experience, and that's been kind of ECC's theme. And so that's that the way that the day was set up was was kind of the intro to ECC. Then Zucky did a case for a vertically integrated stack. Talking about what he's seen in other ecosystems, right? The need to bring in kind of all of this capability around the protocol, and the protocol can't kind of sit on its own little island. It's been hard, over the years because, Zcash is kind of viewed as this science project because really kind of bringing zero knowledge to life for the first time, and it was non-performant, and you couldn't use it on mobile phones, for the longest time. And so now things are really, really starting to open up. And so that's where we wanted to see some, broad interaction with, like folks like Maya and Flexa and some of these others, as well as kind of, the roots. So the roots back to this kind of core R&D, the stuff that Dara Emma has been working on with post-quantum. And then the other thing is like just wanting to invite more people into the ecosystem to be able to do more, so that there's just not so much of a reliance on the core team. And so finishing off with the dev tools that we hoped was helpful. So yeah, hopefully it was a good day for everybody. Everybody worked hard to pull everything together.
Yeah, it was. Well, apparently in the chat, people are wanting to know a little bit more about the kitchen of Zcon Virtual. So Ryan is asking, he would like to hear from CF about the decision process that led to the multiple groups scheduling and organizing, and like what was it like to organize an event in this way, and how it was different than previous years. So I guess that we will appoint Dodger, our men of the hour here, to answer that question.
Well, I just had the idea. It was actually Danica and the rest of the ops and comms team who made it happen. So I'm going to put Danica on the spot here. She's probably hating me doing this, but I think Danica should unmute and switch on and tell us what it's like, because it is tough, you know, with the best will in the world, trying to herd a bunch of cats who you know, are in different time zones and kind of, you know, with trying to coordinate people who they don't necessarily have control over. You know, it's not easy. So all the credit for actually making it having the idea is one thing, making it happen is something else. And Danica's worked some very, very long hours over the past few weeks to make ZCon a success.
Okay, I'm here.
Hi, Danica.
Thank you, Dodger.
Danica?
Yeah, it's definitely a roller coaster, just to be honest. It's really, really, really rewarding to see so many people coming together, that our network is just expanding from having all of these different organizations. And I just posted just like the respect and admiration that's coming through, I think more so in this conference than any others, because we are limited from the foundation for having the ideas and the connections, and it's always a richer experience when we have more minds coming together to create this, and that's really what the theme's all about. So I think that it turned out really well. Worst former boss ever. So I think that the end product was really great, and it was also like really enjoyable to work with Dan and Jason and Squirrel and Dismad. We met every other week for months, just throwing out different ideas and coordinating, and a huge amount of work went on from all these different people. Our team at ZF, Deidre, Elise, John, Alex are all massive amount of work. So it really does take a village. But I would say that it's a really great format, and I think every year we're just changing and evolving and figuring out how we can make it better. So really, I'll put a link to a survey, but I would really love to hear ideas about how to, not just the content of ZCon, but like big picture, like how can we make this expressive of the community, and what else can we do in the format? So just expand the box. So I'd really love to hear from you all. Thank you.
Oh, yeah, that's a really good cue. So, like, if anyone wants to step up and on stage and talk about that, it would be awesome. I guess everything was perfect, and they don't want it changed. All right. So, well, Thursday was CZG Day. I don't know if there's somebody from ZCG who was involved in the organization. um, I don't see anyone. But yeah, I don't know what I was involved there, so I'll let others talk. What were your favorite Thursday sessions? You don't have to say mine, Theo. Don't worry about it.
No. The GCG was good, and I have a question for the community, and it's evolved about GCG. If you community could prioritize one area for the next Zcash community grants, what would it be and why? I think that's a good question.
Well, I think getting two things. I think they should focus on Zcash deprecation, because that's like critical for everything that we want, and then also working on a solution for the lockbox. I think that's kind of We need to follow through on our decentralized push, and those are my ideas.
Good, good. Anyone else?
I would say after we get through Zcash deprecation and NU7, and if we can come to some sort of kind of unified ecosystem roadmap and figure out who's, even though we do have this, who's working on what, timelines, etc. I would love to see ZCG focus on then filling the gaps for the things that are needed, and that we have, some consensus on. Fill those gaps with, grantees, current grantees, new grantees, RFPs, bounties. I think this is I also, on this day, I did love your talk, Paku. Super important topic, and I think that's tied to that. It's like bringing on new developers through Paku's idea, tied to ZCG and ZecHub, and then like having focus on what are the gaps that need to be filled.
Nice. So Ryan is also saying that he has an idea for growing Zcon, like to do it, if we do it virtually, have local meetups that could function as regional gatherings for both speakers and audience. I think that's a great idea, and have like meetups and gatherings. I think that well, Brazil will be a huge hub there. The Brazil community is so active that that would be something awesome to see. As well, like the pictures I've been seeing from the modular event from Brazil and like the stand that you put up and everything, like it was awesome. So if you can do that for any conference, I can't imagine what would you do like for an official event of Zcash. So that would be wonderful to see. It's not that I want to put you on a spot,
right? We'll have a mix of virtual and local communities. Will be good, of course.
Yeah, ZconVI Berlin. Yes.
And Ryan was saying, yeah, that it's the start of ZconVI Berlin.
Oh, Zcon Voices was amazing too. I love the venue, by the way. Not that I was there, but I had been before. I was really sad that I couldn't make it because it was, beautiful in every sense. So, what are the other ideas that people think that CCG should focus on, or what talks did you like from Thursday? I think that the Saki Mannion talk was something different that was from Wednesday, and then something similar, something different I saw was Zaz talk about the emergence of Chasqui. I really loved like the taxonomy of applications and tools, and having Za as a speaker. He's a free mind. If you haven't had the pleasure to be around him, so it was super like insightful of things that we use every day, and realizing that they're not serving you. Like here in Latin America, WhatsApp is super, like if you are out of WhatsApp, like you don't talk to your family anymore. So if you're mad with your family, just like uninstall WhatsApp and you're done, right? But what Zab brought up is it was like super moving, because I started to check my WhatsApp application. It's like mostly my every communication, like 99% of it, like that is not work, everything that is not work goes through the WhatsApp thing. So it would be awesome that it wasn't that way. and so it was really moving to me, that one. And the proof of stake panel was incredible as well.
Awesome. Yeah.
And what about you, Pia? What which one did you like the most?
For me, the proof of stake panel was amazing, simply amazing. And another one for the third day, I think the Zavax was good too. The Zavax presentation. I don't know if you remember, Paco.
Yes. It's
And
the demo was great. Like the ridging, the UI, the mock UI that Kit presented was super slick.
And the GCG, and it was the final panel, but I think it was important to help people who want to apply, who want to apply proposals, to send proposals for grants, and also to see how people in GCG are thinking about, and how we as a community could help, not just wanting things to do, but we join them and helping with proposals, with projects. So it was very important in that day.
Roosevelt says, "Hey, Paco and Pio, what do you think? Where should be the next ZCon? If it was in person?" Oh, so many places. I don't know. What about you, Pio? What do you think?
There's a lot of people asking to be in Africa, right? In some country of Africa, but I don't know. Could be in Brazil. Yeah, I think Brazil community is doing a great job, and I think a shout out for Michael, for Yogi, for people here, and Mini, also Vito, and they are doing a hard work, not just this year, but the last 2 years. The last years they are bringing new content online, but doing the job, doing the things offline too. So the Modular Carnival was another example of this, and I think they deserve the success. They deserve what they are achieving. So I think if it was in Brazil, probably it would stay in good hands, because Michael, Mini, Yogi, all guys here, they are hard workers and responsible also.
Probably matching it with the carnival would be awesome, but also would be a bit distracting. And the fares, the plane fares and the hotel rates will be much higher. If we can do like the week after where there's a depression on the prices, it would be a good strategy as well, because like after a huge event, then prices tend to be lower a bit. So, and the weather is not like super hot, but I don't know, with climate change and all, it's hard to predict. But yeah, Brazil will be spectacular. To me, it's a short flight, so I can sleep in planes. Like I completely fall asleep, so I don't have a problem like just going anywhere. But like it's super cool, like just like being the same day on the different country. It's great, but I honestly need to get real with my Portuguese. So I'm putting myself in a public commitment. I had been harassed by the Duolingo bird when I tried Portuguese the first time. That could not serve me good, because every time I think of Portuguese, like I have the image of the Duolingo bird saying, "Hey, you didn't learn anything today." But yeah, I'm gonna take some Portuguese classes. I don't know if there are any Portuguese teachers that take Zec. Just shoot me a message, and I'll get started.
Yeah, but you could try a portunhol, a mix.
No. I rather not.
We understand. We understand you.
No. It makes me blush. Like Portuguese is a really insulting blend of Espanol and Portuguese, which is like super insulting to the Portuguese language, which is a beautiful language. So I'm not going to engage in such a thing, but I'm going to learn Portuguese. And what about like Colombia? Said Yogi. And other experiences with the Duolingo bird, traumatic experiences here and there in the chat. I think that Venezuela would be a nice place. It can be a little bit risky, as I've talked to Roosevelt and Ora about the logistics of it. Africa would be amazing as well, like any like Nigeria, but also sometimes the logistics are difficult, unfortunately. But it would be nice now that we have like Zcash Nigeria, for example, which I think is a great thing. It would be something.
What about
Argentina as well?
Argentina?
Everything is it's super expensive right now, so I don't recommend. Like if you're going to pay, I don't know, for like super like kind of like New York City rates for everything. I advise against it until things settle a bit.
If there's a place in the world who needs Zcash, I think it's Argentina, because you guys handle for many years with inflation. I was in Argentina 2 years ago and was, oh my God. You need to carry a lot of money because it's strange for us, I think. It's weird.
Yeah, you need to carry a lot more right now.
Oh,
So,
Michael wants to talk. Hello, Michael.
yeah.
Hello guys. Yeah, just to answer the Jack here and the Ryan about the ZconVoice in Brazil. And the answer, yes, it had a big influence for us in Brazil. Many people still talk about that event. So that's how it was really cool and how it helped us grow in Brazil and help us to make more partnership here. So that's it's like worth.
I think ZconVoz stated that Zcash is in Brazil, like helped us to grow our community, but to state to our possible partners or to people that it's real, it's happening, and it is in your country, you know?
Yeah, Pew was there, like speaking, like Pew was speaker there, so that's big thanks to Pew. We are make like partnership since then, so that's Pew is here, is still in our community, so that's I'm grateful for that.
Oh, thank you. And talking about places to have Zcon, what about we talk about Colombia, Venezuela, Argentina, anyone from Chile? Probably, maybe. And there are some other places too. Like Brazil is it's not just São Paulo and Rio. We could do like Salvador that Minnie is talking about in the chat. Salvador is a great city, has a lot of history, was the first capital of Brazil.
I don't know that.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have the talking about communities, like the Friday was community days, and the Turkish the Turkish community talk was really interesting. Could be Zcon Voices also going to Turkey or or Nigeria or somewhere. Could be El Salvador, the country, not Salvador Bahia, the city as well. I don't know. Maybe we can like convince them to switch their Bitcoin to ZEC.
It's better. Come on, just change. Yeah. And talking about the day, we had a great presentation too. I think the last one was a great panel. How was your favorite for today, Paco?
I really liked the communities have power in Spanish was great because it was great to see everyone from Zcash Español, Yodita, Aura, Roosevelt, it's and everything they've done. And also, I really love the Brazilian CBDC versus privacy implications. I was like super mind blown by this Drex thing that is some sort of like Ethereum fork or clone that it's a supposedly state driven, something like that. I was like, I had no idea that existed. And kind of like blew my mind. Like I need to understand more of it, and it would be nice if you could, like, since there are many people from Brazil here, if you could, like, I don't know, talk a little about more about that.
Yeah. And Casta was the point of Casta that who about the panel, about the presentation, is that we don't need to expect the CBDC here in Brazil. The peak system are here; they are implemented, so government could just take people's money, as did before in the past. Every transaction is tracked, so some banks are putting some analytics on their apps. So you could have the entire financial history of anyone. And there was a situation like some months ago that was a suspect that pigs would be like taxed, and people started to change like everything, so stopped using pigs. Some places I remember a gym that I was training, that they in the week that this happened, they're saying no, we would like to just accept cash because cash is more private. So people are hurt in this, they
And what is
understand.
PIX? Like, if you could, like, in a nutshell, like, explain PIX to the rest of us. Like, I understand that PIX is spelled PIX, which is
Yes.
a QR code based payment system, centralized payment system that can be integrated. It's its own app, but it has also an API, so many other wallets can actually integrate to the PIX system and use these QR codes to transfer money and do payments. That's kind of what I understand, but can you explain, like, who runs the PIX thing, what's that organization, and how it began?
Okay, the PIX start with the Central Brazilian Bank. So we have the Central Brazilian Bank who manage and handles the wallets who could associate with this entire system. So these wallets is actually banks. So any bank,
Wow.
any fintech who wants to join, so needs to create this to integrate the system, needs to be compliant with all the rules and all the laws that is around this.
KYC, AMLA, like
Yes.
anti-money laundering and know your customer. Yeah.
Yeah, but attached to that, we have another thing called open finance. So you have an account in, I don't know, in a bank, an X bank, but you can bring your data to another bank to have better credit, to have better opportunities. So the entire system help not just the banks to understand more, because it's easy, it's fast. So I can transfer, I can scan a QR code, and yeah, it happened. It's
And
usable.
transfers are like instantaneous.
Instantaneous,
No,
yes.
regardless the amount.
Yes, you could.
Yeah,
You
something
could.
really different from US is that here we can do instant payments. In Argentina, since one woman got shot because their bank tellers were colluding with criminals, and she was pregnant and she was like going to buy this little piece of land to build her house, and like people that were supposed to take care of her and look after her money actually colluded with some criminals. So when she withdrew the funds to buy the thing, um, um, here you buy like land or buildings with cash, not with wires, wire transfers. So they tell her, yeah, come next day because we don't have the cash right now. And she came out the other day and she got robbed and almost she lost her baby, then like almost, but survived. And after that, transfers were made instantaneous, no, regardless the amount. And in the States, it's not like that much in the banking system. So that's the breakthrough here. Like money flows
Yeah.
incredibly fast.
In the beginning was any amount, but were changing some kind of amounts because people started to be scammed. There was a
Oh yeah.
case. There was a case that elderly people was a woman who was thinking that she was a girlfriend of Elon Musk. Like, oh my God. And Elon Musk
Oh,
was
that's a,
and Elon Musk was asking for gifts,
needing money.
you know, and money. Yeah. And they implemented like a thing to separate, like you have a you could adapt, you could adjust your bank to set a limit to transfer during the day or during the night. And if you try to transfer more than the amount, the bank will check your face or mainly check your face. Yeah. And
Now,
so,
like do some like facial recognition,
yeah,
and
yeah.
then this Drex thing is like a blockchain evolution of that. That is also from the state of Brazil.
Yes, it's also for the state of Brazil, but it's to make the money programmable. So to make them to create better a better economics, uh, you know, things to make the government to help and to, help people to transfer, to join or to create like startups in these systems. So it's to make programmable as we have in Ethereum, but with
Yeah,
different.
that totally
Yeah,
blew my
yeah,
mind. Like,
I'm abstracting a lot, but yeah.
yes. What about the rest? What was your favorite talk from today?
Mm, my favorite topic for today was the Drex, because I think that people from the whole world need to understand what is going, what the government around the world is planning for CBDCs, and why we need Zcash and why we need private money. And and Casta brings this very well in this panel and today. And not only this, I think showed that a Brazilian community is engaged to understand this, but to start doing something about that, not just staying, So, and this is a topic that Casta brings in his channel. In January, he made a live stream about studying Zcash and explaining and stuff, and why Zcash it's better than Brazilian CBDC, PIX, etc. So, the, and the panel was like joining all of these things that they are planning, they
Yeah.
are studying.
Yeah, something I really liked was the Nigeria. Um, talk as well. It was a little bit crossed by infrastructure. I think that made it even better because it paints how different how the geographies, different geographies affect everybody's and everyday's lives for everyone, and the challenges, for example, that need to be taken into consideration while building the software. Uh, um, like Chidi from Zcash Nigeria, like one part of his conference was barely not audible. It was like a super interesting part that I was like squeezing my ears to see if I could catch anything. But it made it super authentic because that's how people live in developing countries, and sometimes they are not taken into consideration by infrastructure builders. Like the apps are not reliable enough to be able to sync you know eagerly in some moments, or be better with bad connections and all. And I think that session alone teaches us a lot about what we have to have in mind as developers when we are designing our apps.
Yeah, sure. And anyone wants to join and talk about today's agenda? What you like the most?
Yeah, I like Andrew's take on Libra Zcash and centralization of repositories, of code repositories as well. I really liked, and it was really brave to bring it up.
Mm-hmm. And
I don't know, Andrew, if you want to say something. Oh, I put you on the spot, but sorry about that. But yeah, I wanted to mention it.
It's all right. Yeah, I want to be clear. I really appreciate and heavily respect all of the people who have push permissions to those repos. They're very talented and very good, and I'm so grateful they do what they do. And they need more help. I think, given if they don't get help, or even if they did, factoring repos and crates differently might help alleviate some of the throttling that we're feeling.
Yeah, and it was also nice to have Matthew Green and Andrew Miller as well there. Yeah, people are here in the chat are discussing about how much it costs to do an in-person event, and yeah, they're expensive. We need to start putting I don't know, someone has to hold a Frost key, and we need to start making a piggy bank of it for the next in-person event. What do you think about that?
Yeah, oh my God. I remember Barcelona, even for me from Brazil, I think was awesome. But when I was booking, when I was doing all this stuff, the bureaucracy, I was, oh God. It's expensive, of course, to make happen offline.
Yeah, I think that it's also we should like be
But I
more
think it's
open
important.
to.
But I think it's important to have this mix. I know, like have virtual Zcons, but have in person also to join out the community, to see people from the forum. I think it's good.
Yeah.
What was good in
Yeah.
Zcon 4, and it's still good today.
Yeah, I think that something that Dismat says here, like the virtual is a bit safer for some folks who, in the verge of these hate speeches being brought up, and the world sometimes is being a little bit more aggressive towards. It was already aggressive towards a lot of minorities and diversities, and now it's even like a more hostile place. So having a virtual conference is also very well accommodating for them as well. And so that's something positive that should be taken into consideration when planning a hybrid event, for example. That the virtual part of the hybrid event doesn't feel like a second-class citizen of some sort. I guess that's the challenge for a moment.
Yeah, but both
And
has different challenges. Like virtual, you need
yes,
to make people engage. I think is more difficult because people probably could do anything else than just watch. But in person, people are there, so it's more easier to make people engage, make people understand all the things. So I think hybrid is the way, but needs to consider all the cases to make everyone to join.
yeah. In the virtual conference, you can't go to a tapas restaurant and have a huge tab of 1,000 tapas from a bunch of Zcashers. uh, yeah. For those who don't know the story, like some Zcashers were gathering in this tapas place nearby ZconVI, and in Barcelona. Like nearby the venue, and like I showed up late, and I just came to a very surreal scene of like, people having fun, laughing out loud, like having drinks and being friends, and then the cashier was having her very own drama because like so many people had ordered so many different things. There was so much food around that he was like drowning in like tickets and things, and that she was trying to make her ledger. Her ledger was reordering all the time. Her blocks were not in line, and it was a really dystopic situation to see. Was super fun. Like that's kind of the thing of the in person. I like the side events the most. When I go to a conference, I really love the side events.
Yeah, and talking about side events, I remember I was talking about the web camp here in Brazil.
Mhm.
That Ryan, John, they came, and it was awesome. And I remember that was Ryan, Jamil, my spouse, my wife,
Oh,
and
there's a picture of that. Oh yes.
yeah,
Let's
yeah, yeah.
see. Oh,
But
I'm there. Strad's there. A lot of people. Yeah, Ryan, Matt from Nighthawk. Oh, that's
mhm,
a great picture. La
yeah,
Estrella. See.
and and I remember that we were stuck in the when we didn't find the place, and was late night, and was me, Vitor, my wife, and it was in the middle of nothing, and it was very funny in that moment, and I still remember that day. It was before the D Web camp. It was an amazing trip. So Rai and John came to Brazil again, and we need to go to go to more places. The webcam was awesome.
Yes, we have 48 hours until the CCon 6 clip conference deadline. So only a few people have registered. So make your clips. There are a lot of prizes. Your clips will not only let you earn some ZEC and enter a contest, but they are really, really important to spread the word of Zcash, like, and spread what you think it should be the word of Zcash, which is more important. So don't miss it. Don't miss your opportunity to do this video clip contest. And you know, there's Zach, and
Yeah.
that's awesome.
If you have some clips to show to people how they can join, how is the clips, the best
All
clip?
right, we have some clips. Can we play them here? I'm a bit old, so like I'm not like a Discord person. I'm from the IRC era and dial-up modems.
I don't know if we play here in Discord of Hobmar or Ryan play in the stream. But yeah. People
Ryan, do
enter
we have
the
a
contest.
sample clip that we can put up in the stream so people like have an idea of like what they need to submit for the contest? I guess not. What is that, Michael, that you have? Roses? It's você é especial. My Portuguese is
Yes,
horrible.
yes. Tomorrow is International Women's Day. So yeah, they are preparing some stuff. There are roses.
Here, roses are not that welcome.
Why?
We are preparing to strike and maybe set some things on fire, which I really agree. And I support them. Tomorrow there's going to be probably it's not a weekday. Usually when Women's Day is a week there's a women's strike where all the women that can do it will not show up to work and will be on strike, and then we'll be marching on the street. So the rose industry has taken a big hit, I guess, from this date, turning into a fighting and commemoration and reflection day in Argentina. But I totally support them, and I'm super like I like it most actually. I like going to demonstrations and I you know in Argentina there's always a queue and there's always a demonstration. And if there's not, you probably flew in the wrong plane and you landed somewhere else.
Wow. So people, there
All
are
right.
some clips in the chat. Ryan sent some.
Okay, we have some clips from Dan. Yep. Cool. And all right. So I would like people to be more talkative, and so
Talk about asking some questions to community.
yeah.
Maybe people could join. I prepared some questions. I've sent to you.
So, well, let's. What's the biggest hope for the Zcash ecosystem the coming year? Like, I don't know, who wants to start?
Deprecate Zcash D.
Oh yeah, we're gonna make it.
Put a bullet in its head. Let's move on. Let's get CSAs deployed.
Yes. Yes. Actually, I'm in some chats, and the Zyno people have some announcements they're cooking. I don't know if they're about to post them. They're going to post them tonight, but they have really good news on that front. I don't want to spoil. So yeah, Zcash deprecation. What else? Which would be like your favorite? What should the first CSA be?
Good question.
Zepe token.
Zepe token.
Zepe? Zepe says, who else?
We need memes.
I have heard.
Zcap voting. Oh, yeah.
Roosevelt, the first ZSA. If you had to issue the first ZSA, what would it be?
Hello. Can I talk?
Yes.
Sí, por favor.
My first is Zcon like a speaker. Oh, I'm very glad. So nervous. Well, we speak in Spanish, our natal language. When we want to talk in another language, we have to think. I want to do fine. I want that the people understand all that I have to say. But I think that we do fine. I don't know if Jodita is here, Aura is here, but I think that we do a great job, and I want to congratulate Zcash Nigeria too, Zcash Turkey too, and Brazil. They do a great job today in the Zcon.
Good. Can hear you, Paco.
Yeah, shout out to you all. Really love the talk. And Roosevelt, if you had to issue the first CSA, what would it be? ¿Cuál sería tu primer, si tuvieras que hacer el primer CSA y ponerlo en la blockchain, ¿cuál sería?
Qué buena pregunta. Mira, no, déjame planteármelo porque ahorita sí me agarra, por aquí es medianoche, estoy así, ya casi que me voy a descansar, pero no me lo había planteado, Paco.
He's saying that it's almost midnight
think.
in Venezuela, and he needs to think about it.
Yeah.
I think I heard of very good ones. I have heard of very good ones. One is Sprout. Sprout. Oh, it should be a CSA. Sprout Zec. Redeemable to those who have Sprout funds.
Can I just add another really good one that would immediately get a bunch of transactions going is Basic Attention Token. So at the moment, Brave Wallet supports Solana and ETH, and so users on Brave earn Basic Attention Token for doing nothing, and so having a private version of BAT, and users could select to receive it transparently or privately, would get a lot of usage, I think.
Yes. And BAT has the content creation thing. So people could help a content creator send some bats. So send some private bats would be good.
So I heard someone say Monero, so ZXMR. That would be fun.
A voting token. What about?
I'm hoping a Zero Darts coin that will go live sometime. You know, I hope that now that Zero Darts is a CCG member, doesn't push him back to go with $0 coin. That I think everybody is secretly expecting that one. So I see Elise here. I don't know if you can talk. What are your impressions? I think this is you've been organizing a lot of this, and what are your impressions from this Zcon and yeah, and what let us know a little bit of the kitchen.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Perfectly.
Okay. Well, this isn't a setup. I just want to let everyone know that. But I was going to write something earlier in the chat, Paku, about your presentation, actually. There were, a lot of amazing presentations, but for me, your presentation actually spoke to me more on an emotional level than intellectual because I felt like you really got at the heart of what needs to happen next in our ecosystem. So the idea that, so Paku's message was, a focus on generosity. And that really meant something to me because, everybody in this room is extremely intelligent, extremely dedicated, driven to push Zcash forward in, positive directions. But that generosity is that secret ingredient that could really help us go, as an ecosystem into the future. If we give each other the opportunity to be collaborative and not just in a way that serves the project, but that serves each other. I feel like serving each other is the next step. We do that in a lot of small ways, and I think community groups really excel at this. Community groups really love each other, know each other in person, become like family. And I think that on some level, even when we complete an intellectual exercise, like working together on, creating a product or creating, some other important technical element together, if we give each other the opportunity to really be there for each other, not just complete our part of the project, but to see how we can support the other people involved in ways that go beyond the task and go more to the heart of, the person or the people that we're working with. I feel like that can really um, be that secret ingredient. Maybe, that periodic table that we've all been looking at throughout ZCon, maybe it's like that's another element that we can bring to the table for each other. And so for me, a presentation, it really resonated with me and it'll really, stick around in my heart for a while. So thank you for saying those words because I feel like it took courage to do that. So, okay.
Well, it was
Those are just
this man who asked the question, so I had to give most of the credit to him.
Oh, is that right? Well, you gave the presentation, so I'm going to give credit to both of you. Yeah, so, but as far as like what happens in the kitchen, secret sauce, I will say that the Flexa presentation, it is receiving so many views. If you look at the view count on YouTube that we can all see, and I thought that that was really exciting because so many people that are watching that presentation, may be new to Zcash. So this gives them an opportunity to, see what we're working on and to help Zcash be top of mind for them. And of course, Penumbra, Ethereum, all these other projects that were present during ZCon That's exciting. Gives us a lot of visibility. So those are my immediate thoughts. Marco, I'll get you later for putting me on the spot, but I did want to say that actually. So thanks.
Oh, thank you, Elise. Yes, I think that Flex it's one idea to borrow. You know, good ideas are good ideas. If you can borrow a good idea and make it work uh, in your environment, in your country, it's is basically something that people should actually try to do. Like having a Flexa that could work in Brazil or in Argentina or Chile would be super great, because actually it is a problem as a merchant to deal with volatility. It is a huge problem, and Flexa actually fixes that particular thing, where you can just take whatever the person has as a currency, and it covers your costs and your revenue. And that, as a merchant, is everything you care. Like when you're a merchant, you care about two things. Like maybe in Latin America, it's like have customers and not getting robbed. You know, like those two things are like the top. Like you know, when there's inflation, like cover your costs before inflation eats them up and eats your revenue. And so it's too expensive to add volatility into the mix. So I think that anyone, like if you see that Flexa doesn't have expansion plans to your region, borrow the idea. Offer to be a partner. I don't know, but spin it up, raise capital. I don't know, and have that like and be the flexer of your region, or pitch the idea to somebody that has the capital to put it in March. Yeah, it was awesome. Okay, I think we're reaching out to closing. Yeah, take it off, Dan.
I was just going to say a couple things about Flexa. Well, first, what Elise just said was like, I love that sentiment and agree with everything she just said. But and then on the Flexa piece that she brought up, like, yeah, the Flexa community and the cross community stuff like that is absolutely amazing. Like, I think the announcement of Trev speaking from the Zcash Foundation account was like did better than almost any of the other ones. And us as a community, everybody here and all the little subgroups and, like, you know, Twitter groups and Signal groups, etc., leaning into that going forward is super effective. Like we see it with Flexa, we see it from the Zashi side. When we launched, we saw it for Zcon. It happened with Keystone. It happened when the near intent stuff got launched, and just like everybody leaning into these big announcements that are cross community things is really, really impactful. And the Flexa example, you know, is really powerful, and that could be like recreated for things going forward.
Yep. Thanks, Dan. All right, so we're about time. I guess that we let people continue to enjoy their Fridays. This has been a really enjoyable afternoon for me. Zcon is like after the middle of the day, so I had lunch with Roosevelt and Ora and the Espanol people. I was looking at them on my TV while I was having lunch, and I felt really accompanied with all people. I have a bunch of TVs here and there, so they were all my TVs and all around the house. So it was kind of a virtual but also in present in person kind of thing, like a spatial ZconV for me. So I want to thank everybody attending, the questions, moderators, organizers, Especially the AMV people, everything. Like pulling this off is tremendously hard. The internet doesn't work as well as advertised, and they made it look like it was sleek and perfect as it can be. So, incredible work.
Yeah. And also want to thank you again, Ryan, Danica, people who made this Zcom. Again, it's hard. It's hard to do this, and I know because I worked before with local events and online events, and I know that there's a lot of things: live stream, internet, power. A lot of things could go bad, unfortunately. But yeah, was very very good. Was awesome. So you guys rocks.
All right. Well, thank you all for attending this last event of ZCon Virtual. And well, I see that we'll see you around in the interwebs and in the next ZCon that I hope it is as awesome as this one has been. Good night, good
Good night,
evening, or maybe
guys.
good morning,
Good
whatever you are.
evening. Yeah.
Thanks, everyone.
Thank you.
And don't be strange, please, guys. Participate, join the forum, the Discord, be active. The ZCon doesn't end today. It's a start. It's a start to keep growing, to keep working. So please enjoy it with your communities and work, because we need to keep doing this job to help the mass and the people, and to spread privacy. Yeah, it's about a mission. So make clips also. Yeah, good, Ryan. Make clips and send to Ryan in the
Make
feature
clips
day.
and win Zach. Yes.
Yeah.
All right.
That's it.
Gracias,
Goodbye,
chicos.
everyone.
Feliz tarde, feliz noche.
Gracias a
Adiós.
todos. Obrigado.
Boa noite, obrigado.
Boa
Goodbye.
noite.
Bye bye.
Bye.